Prince William has reportedly threatened to strip Beatrice and Eugenie of their princess titles if Prince Andrew doesn't move out of the Royal Lodge. This comes as the Crown faces increasing pressure for an inquiry into the disgraced prince's lease of the mansion. Prince Andrew could agree to leave the Royal Lodge if he gets 2 homes in return.
Once again, the scandal surrounding the former Duke and Duchess of York has thrown the House of Windsor into chaos. But this time, it isn't just Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson facing scrutiny. Their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, are now caught in the middle of a crisis that could alter their royal futures forever. As questions about their parents' financial dealings and reputations continue to dominate headlines, royal experts say the sisters are facing one of the most difficult choices of their lives, whether to hold on to their royal titles or give them up entirely. According to royal author Ingrid Seward, who has chronicled the lives of the York family for decades, the sisters might have no choice but to distance themselves from the fallout. In an interview with the Daily Mail, Seward said that it might be easier if they rescind their princess titles. Giving up their titles, she explained, would give them freedom from their parents, stop them from being painted with the same brush, and be a clear sign that they want to make their own way in the world. I think people would hugely respect them for it, and ultimately, they would be happier.
And they're really keen to sort of get more involved, but they're not working royals, but they could bring a bit of glamour to the, to the pages of our newspaper, I think. Let's get them out.
It's a striking statement. For Beatrice and Eugenie, who were raised to believe in the privilege and protection of royal life, such a move would be nothing short of revolutionary. The sisters grew up in the lavish shadow of the Royal Lodge, a 30-room mansion once seen as the Yorks' fortress of comfort and continuity. Behind closed doors, their childhood was steeped in royal expectation. They were told that blue blood mattered, that the monarchy was their destiny, and that the benefits of royal status were simply part of who they were. Gifts from wealthy friends, free holidays, and access to the world's elite were considered normal. But that world has changed. In the wake of their parents' controversies, the York name has become a liability. What was once their greatest privilege has become their heaviest burden.
That Prince William does want to see his cousins take on a bit more of an informal role when it comes to engagements. This idea of a slimmed down monarchy, I think, might start to be a thing of the past, particularly because we have the Princess of Wales out of action at the moment.
According to insiders quoted by The Telegraph, King Charles is deeply worried about the effect all this is having on his nieces. He reportedly wants to ensure that Beatrice and Eugenie are protected from their father's scandal and are not unfairly tarnished by association. But even the king may not be able to shield them completely. The sisters are said to be utterly mortified by the situation. Eugenie has a harder edge to her, said one palace source, but they really are a credit to the royal family. They haven't done anything to deserve what has happened. It's all their parents' making. For Beatrice and Eugenie, this moment is a turning point. They can either cling to their royal titles and continue navigating the fallout, or take the drastic step of renouncing them entirely, a move that would separate them from their parents' legacy once and for all. Such a decision would not only redefine their public image, but could also reshape the future structure of the royal family. Prince William is believed to be strongly in favour of a slimmed-down monarchy, one that limits official royal roles to the immediate line of succession.
Prince Andrew's statement has brought a different kind of focus onto the work carried out by his daughters, how they're funded, and whether they're being unfairly treated by the press.
Beatrice and Eugenie do have an image problem. I think most people wouldn't recognise them, don't know who they are, but when they see the headlines, they think, well, why are we spending any money on these people?
As the Prince of Wales continues to take on more duties, it's likely that Beatrice and Eugenie's positions will face growing scrutiny. Sources claim William has already conducted informal reviews, what some call ethics checks, to ensure no further embarrassment arises from extended royal relatives. If that's true, the York sisters could soon be asked to make a decision before one is made for them. Beatrice, now married to Edoardo Mapelli-Mozzi and balancing royal life with motherhood, has long been regarded as the more traditional of the two. Eugenie, married to Jack Brooksbank, has always been slightly more outspoken and independent, with a more modern approach to royal responsibility. Both, however, have maintained low profiles amid the ongoing controversy surrounding their parents. They attend only select royal events, often privately, and have remained silent about the family's troubles. It's a deliberate strategy, one designed to protect their image and prevent further public scrutiny. But silence can only last so long.
Your favourite duo, the King's nieces, Beatrice and Eugenie, were on the cover of a magazine this week, and they were described as the royal family's secret weapons. Did you write that headline?
I have to say, it's a bit of a journalistic cliche. I think secret weapons that we may have to stop.
There's no such thing.
As royal commentators have pointed out, public perception may soon demand a more visible act of independence. The idea of giving up their titles, while radical, could be the one move that finally frees them from the shadows of Royal Lodge and the scandals that came with it. There's also a generational factor at play. King Charles and Prince William have made it clear that the future of the monarchy lies in transparency, accountability, and a smaller inner circle. Beatrice and Eugenie, as beloved as they are, may not fit neatly into that plan, especially if the York name continues to attract controversy. In many ways, the sisters are standing at the crossroads of history, torn between loyalty to their parents and their own reputations, between the weight of royal heritage and the promise of personal freedom.
I should say, they do usually have the Princess of Wales on their cover, like every week.
Yes.
But I think now with her out of action, they're trying to focus on some others, and here's Beatrice and Eugenie. And they were making the very sound points that I agree with, that, you know, they're great ambassadors for the royal family.
And in the midst of this quiet storm, their mother, Sarah Ferguson, has been fighting her own emotional battle. Behind palace walls, reports suggest that the former Duchess of York is struggling to cope with the collapse of her public image. Friends say she has been on the brink of a breakdown, overwhelmed by the loss of her title, her reputation, and the growing distance from the royal circle she once called home. According to sources close to the York family, Ferguson has been emotionally fragile in recent months. The loss of her Duchess title, a decision that followed Prince Andrew's surrender of his own royal honours, has reportedly hit her hard. One insider told The Sun that it feels like the last piece of her royal identity has been taken from her. She spent her entire life fighting to be accepted, and now that identity is gone. At the same time, her long-standing cohabitation with Andrew at Royal Lodge appears to be unravelling. After nearly 2 decades of living together despite their divorce, the couple are now said to be seeking separate homes, a symbolic end to their years of unconventional togetherness. This instability has left Ferguson vulnerable and, according to reports, deeply anxious about her future. She's already battled health challenges and career setbacks, and now faces the reality that the world she helped create for her daughters is crumbling. For Beatrice and Eugenie, their mother's distress only deepens their dilemma. They love her fiercely, but they can no longer ignore the fact that her actions, and those of their father, continue to cast long shadows over their own lives. As one palace insider put it, they've spent their entire lives defending their parents. But there comes a point where you have to protect yourself. It's a heartbreaking but inevitable truth. If Beatrice and Eugenie do decide to step away from their royal titles, it will not be an act of rebellion, but of survival. They would be choosing peace over privilege, individuality over inherited scandal, and integrity over image. And perhaps, in doing so, they'll prove that the next generation of royals understands something the last one never fully did, that the value of a crown lies not in the title itself, but in the character of the person who wears it. What do you think? Should Beatrice and Eugenie give up their royal titles to protect their future, or stay and defend the York name? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more royal news and updates.